Hello, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and let's talk right now about what is a good prospecting cadence. I'm going to share with you 10 steps you need to be doing because let me tell you something. A good prospecting cadence is not about just doing a bunch of actions and thinking the actions are going to turn into results. Because you know what happens when people do that? Hey, it doesn't work, and then they stop and they think prospecting doesn't work. Prospecting works if you do it right. Do me a favor, go out to the Sales Hunter University. It's out on my website, and you can find it right there because we got a whole assortment of courses to help you become a master at prospecting. Let's jump into the 10 right now. 1, know the purchase frequency. You see, here's the situation. If you don't understand how frequently your customers buy, you won't really understand what the right cadence should be because the cadence is going to be based around the purchase frequency. If somebody is purchasing what you sell or the product or the service you sell on a weekly basis, you can be reaching out to them a couple times a week. If, however, what they buy is a capital expenditure with 5-year contracts, that's going to have a much different look and feel to it. Understand the purchase frequency. Number 2, isolate the person you're prospecting. Now, I talk a lot about ICP, ideal customer profile, but isolate the type of person because you may be calling into a company and you may be reaching out 5, 6, 7 people within that company. I was speaking to a gentleman the other day who landed a 7-figure enterprise deal, 500 different contacts. Now think about that for a moment. You see, and you got to understand what is the type of person you're reaching out to because that's going to really impact the messaging, the cadence, and process you're going to be using. Number 3, leverage current conditions. Hey, what's happening out there with the economy? What's happening out there with the industry? What's happening out there with their competitors? You see, one of the things that you can use to really accelerate the impact of your cadence is by tying into current conditions out there. Number 4, understand the fit. Now, when you first begin prospecting, you're not quite sure what the outcome is going to be. But you do understand the fit, how you are going to be able to help them. And this includes not only the expected outcome that you expect them to be able to get, but how you're going to onboard them, how they're going to utilize you, how the whole relationship is going to work. Understand the fit because it's going to prevent you from getting into situations that you can't leverage, you can't maximize. And it's going to create it's going to leave a bad taste in the customer's mouth. Number 5, educate or convert. Ooh, this is big. This is really important because if what you sell is seen by customers as a commodity, and I hate that term, commodity, and they're currently buying from somebody else, then what you're doing is you're converting. If, on the other hand, what you're selling is a totally new product, totally new service, you have to first educate. So here's the situation. Converting is going to have a different look and feel than educating because educating is probably going to require a tremendous amount of pre-prospecting, tying in with marketing, linking with marketing, using things to help create awareness out there. Conversion, on the other hand, is more about here's the product, here's the outcome, here's why we're different. Completely different strategy. Number 6, make it about them. You see, it's not about you. It's not about how many years your company's been in business, how many customers. No. It's about them. All of your messaging needs to be about them. Because if they didn't wake up today wanting to help solve your problems, they woke up this morning needing help solving their problems. Big difference. 7, match the medium. What do I mean by this? You see, some industries, it's all about the telephone. Some industries, it's all about email. Some industries, it might be all about text messaging. You have to match the medium. And let me tell you something. It's not what you think necessarily the medium is. Because one of the big fallacies is I see salespeople, they crank out emails, they create emails, prospecting emails on their laptop or their desktop. But the problem is they don't realize that their prospect is viewing it on a smartphone. And it's going to look totally different. It's going to look completely different. And suddenly that what you think is a short email appears to be a long email on a smartphone. Text messaging. Text messaging works for certain industries, certain types of people, and again, you have to match the medium. The same thing goes for social media. Number 8, you got to build the calendar. Don't start what you can't finish. I see this all the time. People, I got to find more prospects. So they jump in and they start a prospecting program, but they can't keep up the repetition. You see, here's the whole thing. Prospecting is about repetition. Prospecting is about follow-up, follow-through. So you got to be able to build a calendar to know, are you going to be able to manage the necessary number of steps that you're going to have to go through? You're going to have to take the customer through in order to get them to respond to you. Because otherwise, you're just doing a bunch of one-off stuff that's not going to create any impact at all. Number 9, create engagement. This is so key. You see, it's not about just throwing your name out there. No, it's creating engagement. You want to create dialogue. You see, what I want to do is I want to create engagement to then allow me to build a relationship. Stop and think about that for a moment. Customers that you have, the great customers that you have a relationship with them. This is one of the key things that you're doing, and you got to keep in mind when you're prospecting. My objective is to build this engagement and then turn that into a relationship. Yeah. Number 10, rinse and repeat. Yeah, this kind of ties into the building the calendar and the creating all the other things. I mean, you know, if you've been around me any length of time, that I say this a lot, rinse and repeat. It's the 3 most valuable words you'll ever find on a bottle of shampoo. Think about this. Every bottle of shampoo says rinse and repeat. Now, rinse and repeat. Rinse does not mean that you send the same message out 10 times. No. Rinse is just like with a bottle of shampoo. You put fresh shampoo in your hair, but you repeat the process. You see, rinse and repeat. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about what is a good prospecting cadence. I want you to join me December 9th. I'm going to be doing a very special 3-hour program. Go out to the Sales Center University. You'll see it right there to help you build a prospecting program. Hey, my name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Center. Do hope you liked the video. Do hope you like the blog post. And do me another favor. Check out the Sales Center podcast and the podcast I co-host with Meredith Elliott Powell, Sales Logic. Both podcasts deliver you insights on a weekly basis. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Center. Great selling.